Hi everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I've come out just after midday over to Canvey Wick. It's a location that's not too far away from me, but I haven't been here for quite some time now. It's a very unique area around here. As you can see, the platform that I'm on at the moment should have been, or was going to be at one point, a gas terminal, one of those big silos, the round silos that are storing obviously the gas to then obviously be distributed elsewhere. But it's been left to nature, and it's a really interesting place to come to explore. And as I say, it's just gone midday, and the reason why I'm here today is there's lots of birch trees around, silver birch trees around this area. And I'm thinking today, with the conditions and the light that we've got, it's going to be some really good black and white photography. So that's the mindset for today. Hopefully I'll come up with some good compositions. Got an image set up here, as you can see, with a long lens on, right across to a little group of silver birch trees there in the far distance. Yeah, not too sure about this one, to be honest. It's my first shot. I've been walking around, and since I was here last, and possibly change of seasons as well, because I think last time I was here was earlier in the year rather than the mid to end of May that we are at now. Which means that there's a lot more growth around, and because of that, the compositions that I thought were going to be on offer haven't materialized as yet, but I'm still determined to find one. But anyway, with this one, as I say, long lens on, right in at 400mm, f8, ISO 200, 1/200th of a second as the image. And yeah, again, obviously using that reach of the lens, I'm able to really sort of pick out a silver birch tree right in the middle as well. Again, obviously having a little bit of the foreground in, which was obviously going to be thrown out of focus at f8, which is really fine, to be honest. I quite like that. That's where your eye wants to be drawn through to the actual main subject, which is the silver birch itself. So yeah, first image, okay, happy with it to a point, but yeah, I want to try and find a few other compositions. Next composition, as you can see here, come across this other silver birch tree right in here in middle of one of these sort of tarmacked hard standings, as I say, where they would have had one of the gas silos, I think. So yeah, it just shows that anywhere nature is going to take back, and I think this is really quite a good success story of this location. It's where nature is fighting back, overtaking some semi-industrial area that has been obviously neglected, but slowly and surely nature is reclaiming it back to its own. And yeah, apart from the silver birch tree sprouting out a cider can, which I don't think is a natural feature. If it is, there may well be a money making aspect to that tree particularly, but yeah, you may well be hard to spot it in the actual final image, but I'll probably end up seeing if I can clone it out anyway. But yeah, just an interesting shape to the actual trunk of this. It's just one tree that's obviously split off into two, that's creating, like, obviously these two trees. Getting the camera on the 24 to 105 lens at about sort of 35mm on the lens, f8 again, I believe, ISO 200 and 1/250th of a second as the image. Yeah, again, obviously angling slightly up, getting a bit more of the sky. Again, obviously going to be turning it black and white, so hopefully will work out really quite well. Again, shooting at f8, what it's going to do is get that little bit of separation between where the tree is and the background beyond. Oh, loads of flies around, but yeah, hopefully will work out to be a good image. I made it back round to the tree that I took for my first image that I wasn't necessarily happy with. Yeah, this one is a little bit of a better composition, I think. Again, sort of very similar to the first composition I took way back over there. It's still got obviously the reeds in the foreground, still the lovely shape of the tree which drew me to it in the first place all the way back there. Making it that little bit closer I think has actually worked out a little bit better, to be fair. Again, obviously camera in vertical orientation, f8 as normal, ISO 200, shutter speed 1/320th of a second. Having to move this weed or whatever it is out the way because where it's blowing around in the foreground was really creating a distraction within the image. Now it wouldn't have been in focus and possibly I would have been able to clone it out, but when you've got something that close, just moving it to one side so it's out of the actual frame is well worth it. And yeah, hopefully worked out really quite well. Right in tight at 105 on the lens. Hopefully will work out again a good image. So with that last couple of shots of those silver birch trees there worked out really quite nice, and yeah, being able to approach it a little bit closer will work out really quite well, I think. And having the dappled light come through, obviously really sort of emphasising that black and white. And sometimes, yeah, it's great to look at the bigger scenes, but I think possibly my success today has been looking a little bit closer and yeah, using the reach of the 105 lens, obviously getting all the texture and detail there on the silver birch branches and the trunks working out really quite nice. So yeah, an enjoyable shoot. What a great morning, afternoon to be out walking around anyway, just enjoying the walk, to be fair. That's always the benefit. Taking a couple of snaps in and around as you're going around is always beneficial, yeah, but conditions maybe not the best, to be honest, but to be honest, being out with a camera, as I've said countless times, is always the ultimate win at the end of the day. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure you give us a comment, leave us a thumbs up as well, then consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. And until next time when I'm back out with my camera, take care.